Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. Arsenal won, Manchester United won. United win 5-3 on penalties and are through to the next round of the Cup. The dream is on. Altay Binder, the hero of the day, but so many great performances to speak about, and we'll go through them as best we can. It's just myself and the chairman today. Chris is in. He's wearing his Man United hat in Florida with the fucking sun splitting the stones. Don't appreciate that too much.
It's still cold out.
Yeah, but any other channel members, guys, if you do want to get on with me and Chris and have your say, the link is on the community tab of the YouTube homepage. So just click the link, get involved. You can come on. You have to be over 18, of course. Yeah, get involved if you want to have your say. Chris, my voice is very close to being gone, so take it away.
I mean, what can you say? We grinded it out. We played with 10 men. I mean, we did what we needed to do. We had some opportunities even with 10 men. I mean, we defended well. Binder was, like you said, albeit the kicks out that are like, like I don't understand it, but at the same time, it is what it is. But big saves, big penalty saves. Hey, I mean, nothing but props to the guys, to the boys that played. I mean, defended really, really well. I mean, Arsenal, every team's going to have their chances. You're not going to stop everybody 100%, but, we did what we needed to do.
There he is, boy. All right. Get up over, you bloody beauty.
Get up there, that guy. You fucking
get up over, you dirty bastard.
I don't understand why Desi's inside. He's got a jacket on.
I'm literally just in the door from work. I've been trying to watch the match on the way home in the car, and I've been fucking on the opposite side of the road.
Happy days. Chris, go on. Finish your point there, and we get to Desi then.
We just grinded it out. I mean, we defended like we should be defending. If we continue on playing this way, I mean, I think we're gonna get some very good results going forward. I mean, if you look at our schedule going forward, I mean, we went through our what they call murderous roll of our schedule with all the teams that we played. So, I mean, didn't get great results and everything like that, but now we're playing better. And now if we take what we did against Liverpool and Arsenal today and go forward, then I think we're going to get some really good results. And we'll climb the table, but, I mean, not top 4-ish, not top 6, but we're going to climb the table. We're going to get some results. And we're playing better offensively, so –
Happy days.
Props to the guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Desi, did you see much of the game, or have you any input on it, or give us your overall thoughts anyway on how happy you are to be into the next round?
Well, I caught glimpses of it, Jack. It's very hard to watch the screen and drive at the same time, but for what I did see, I thought we were brilliant up until Dallo getting sent off. It's a great team performance, Jack. And it backs up, you said that you'd like to see consistency. I watched one of your videos there on TikTok, and I think that shows consistency, especially with 10 men. It was more sweeter to beat them with 10 men than it was 11.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I've playing the game at any level, and I've got the draw for the next round in my ear here, so I'll keep you updated as it goes on. But sometimes it's harder to play against 10 men than it is 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is when the team are working together. I would have expected United to fold as soon as
United are first out of the pot. Right, we have a home draw. Right, I'm going to have a ticket to that. So hold on now. Who are we getting? Leicester City at home. Leicester City at home. All right, we'll take that. Leicester at home. Right.
Leicester City, pack your bags. You're on your way out.
yes, happy days.
They have a fucking prayer against us now. Will you stop? Being honest, Jack, we were the better team up until Dallo getting sent off. Yeah. The only thing that's kind of frustrating is that every time we score, we seem to invite pressure onto ourselves. I don't know why.
Yeah, do you know what I think that is more than that, Nels? It's the bit of how bad it's been for so long that we go, oh shit, we're in the lead. This is good. Oh, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. You know what I mean? Rather than actually just keeping playing the way you're playing.
Yeah, it's like panic stations. But I honestly, I'll be honest with you, right? When they scored and we had a man sent off, I was thinking,
Yeah, it
oh
was game over.
no,
Yeah,
here we go now. We're going to get absolute. But it was the complete opposite.
yeah,
And let me tell you something. He has to be doing something right in terms of getting into those players' heads from where they've been, what they've gone through,
yeah,
like to take what they've taken off the fans, to get back into their minds and get a bit of belief. And that's all it is, Jack. They believe
yeah,
today, even with 10 men, that they could still do it.
yeah.
And it was great. It was a great team performance. I'm fucking delighted. I can't wait till I see all them Arsenal cunts tomorrow.
I hate them. I tell you, they're up there. They're up there with Liverpool for me, so they are.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
I
them.
mean, I can't.
There's
I
one
was
particular
following.
fella that I know, and I can't wait to see him tomorrow. He's giving it the lodging to me every year. I'd say he won't come out of the house tomorrow.
Well, I
And
tell you,
here's the, and
I'm
here's
gonna
the
be
thing.
putting the kids to bed early tonight because I'm getting over to the pub for a pint and I'm gonna give it to the Arsenal boys.
But here's the thing. Arsenal's got nothing to complain about. I mean, they were up. We had a man sent off. They had
Exactly.
all the fouls called for them. We had nothing called for us.
Yeah.
Like Bruno's foul in the first half where he got the yellow card was atrocious. Like that should. I mean, it's not a terrible foul, but it's a foul that should have been called on the top of the box, which all of a sudden turns into a yellow card for Bruno. Like
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, you can't. Arsenal can't spin this any other way besides the
No.
fact that they played shit. I mean, that's
Yep.
the only thing they. I mean, that's what you can say is pressures now. Arteta's going to have a lot of pressure on him now. Because
100%. Yep.
you went to
You know what I like, Chris?
what's that?
The last game we were showing a bit of fight.
Besides my hat.
I don't know how many players were booked just before Darrow got sent off.
Yeah.
And I know, like, getting booked is not a good thing, but it shows a bit of fight in us. Like,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
there was 4 or 5 players booked, and it wasn't because they were being reckless. It was because they were going in for balls, and just the timing of the challenge wasn't there. But I was thinking to myself, they are really up for this now today. They're putting their bodies on the line. They'll take a yellow card, They weren't afraid of backing out of challenges. And
Yeah.
I was delighted to see a few yellow cards getting whipped out. It was like, keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of fight. 100%.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
that's the only thing we have to be mindful of is, yellow cards going forward and stuff like that. You got to be smart, and you
Yeah.
got to look at that. And, and the way that refs are calling it, not just this moron that was reffing, is that, they're giving out yellow cards like they're candy. Like it's just, it's like left, right, and it's just because if you tackle anybody more than once, you're going to get a yellow card, and that's just something to be mindful of. But like Desi said, like I like the pressure that we instill. We put, we don't let someone just turn. We're right up against them. We're being physical and everything. And I can't say anything. I mean, it's hard for me to pick a man of the match, but I mean, our whole back line was fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Like, all 3 of them, even when Euro came in and everything like that, it was a complete team effort. I mean, I got to be honest. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Let me get down through some of the comments here. Get your comments in as always, guys. Let's see what people are saying. Oh, put the hat back on.
That's what happens when you wear one of these all games.
D says, City dealt with, Liverpool dealt with, Arsenal dealt with, Amorim's transformed us, we fear no one anymore, the corner's turned and we're on the way back, they're all looking over their shoulders now. Xerxes, big confidence boost, absolutely delighted for Xerxes to get that win and go straight to the away fans have been fantastic with him the last couple of games.
I think
and
he should
delighted.
start next game.
Yeah, maybe so. And I do have a point to make on Hojlund here as well. He's one of the notes I took. Let's see. What else have we got? That has to do with the draw. Let's see. David says Amorim's getting them playing. Trust the process. Absolutely. What else have we got here? Patrick says 10 versus 12. Yeah, I mean, we'll get on to the referee in a moment, but yeah, he should never be allowed ref a game ever again, in my opinion. Mark, with the new membership, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for the support, Mark. Absolute legend. Appreciate it. Kiefer says, who did Arsenal get in the draw? I don't know. Jerry says, well done, Reds. Well done, our second goalkeeper. The low brainless player, he should thank the goalkeeper for brilliant 2 penalty saves. Playing 10 against Arsenal 11 is not easy, but they defended it absolutely. Dylan says the last two performances shows training was needed. A week's training helps us so much. Absolutely, 100%. Chris, let me ask you, two very, very good performances like that. I mean, it's probably too early to say consistency yet. You know what I mean? You want to go and do it against Southampton and Brighton now, I think, are our next two games. And if you can put in two good performances and get two victories against them, then maybe we can start using that phrase.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, especially against Southampton, if we go out and put a number up against Southampton like everybody else does, and we show the pressure and we get out to an early lead, and let's say we Southampton, it's 2-3-0 at halftime because of the pressure that we're putting on. Then I'll sit there and say consistency, because you got to do it against not the Arsenals and the Liverpools and the Cities. You got to do it against the Southamptons, the Crystal Palaces, the guys at the bottom of the table that we dwell with right now. But at the same time, like, we gotta
those beat the teams around you.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, and this is something that Sir Alex used to say: you gotta beat the lower teams. That's where you get all your points.
Yeah,
and everything like that, and that's what we have to do. So
there's only a top 6, but there's 13 other teams besides us. You know what I mean? So there's more points to be picked up against the other 13 than there is against the top 6.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. And I think that's where we need the consistency, is against the lower teams, the teams outside of the top 6. And at that point, because we have to be able to play this way against the Southamptons. And if they do it against Southampton, then I'll say consistency at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Desi, you want to talk a little bit about Rasmus Hojlund, because Chris just alluded to the fact there that he would play Xerxes in the next game. Again, not really, and I know you didn't see the entirety of the game, and I know, look, and I'm always going to say this about Hojlund, he's working off of absolute crumbs, you know what I mean? He has the second least amount of chances created for him than any striker in the Premier League. But there are parts of his game today that, holding up the ball, laying it off, his link-up play, not really up to scratch. Is there a concern there for him? I know he's still young, give him time. But is it clear enough that we probably need to get a striker in January?
And right, the first part of the question is that your answer was in the question.
Yeah,
he's walking off crumbs.
Yeah,
like, you can't just say, well, no, he's walking off crumbs, Jack.
Yeah.
So we can't tell his actual potential from what's going on the field. So you can put a line through that first question. Does he need somebody in there? Of course he does. He does too much pressure on him, I think, as well.
Yeah.
For such a young player, we could do it really a little bit more experienced, probably more experienced striker in there to guide him along and dig him out as well, like, and maybe show him the ropes a little bit. I wouldn't be concerned about Hojlund. I still think he could be a force to be reckoned with. Give him time.
Yeah.
Let Aaron do his work on him. Get another player in maybe, and I'm sure he's thinking about that. Aaron will be very clever in what he's about to do. So again, we're in a good place. 3 weeks in a row, man. Look up. We just have to sit back, sit tight. As Chris said, we do have to go out against the likes of Southampton and all that, Jack, and perform.
Yeah.
If he starts sexy next week, it's not a dig at Rasmus Hojlund either, I wouldn't think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's still going to be the same job. It's still going to be the same job for sexy. He could be feeding off scratch.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know?
But I think where I'm not out on Hojlund by any means. Don't get me wrong or anything like that. But if you watch them, and I watched them today, and I watched them against Liverpool, it's just his hold-up play isn't great, not and everything like that. He's working on it. Don't get me wrong. I'm giving him props for that. But it's his off-the-ball movements is what's lacking too. Because we say he's working off crumbs, and I understand that. Yes, it is, but he doesn't help himself with some of the runs that he does not make. If you watch him, and I don't know. Again, I'm going to put this out as maybe he's told to stay central, and he doesn't like. You don't really watch him make diagonal runs to the corner or do things like that, or try to make himself available. That's the one thing that Xerxes does on a positive side, that he puts himself available for passing and link-up play, where Hojlund is not doing that, and that's so it's like we have one striker that is very good at one thing and not good at another thing, and then we have the other striker is the exact opposite. We don't have someone that's in the middle.
The only thing about Sexy is Sexy likes to drop into pockets, where I think is Erasmus is more of a player where he nearly wants to be facing the goal as the ball is coming to him. And I know he's not making the runs.
Pace and power.
I
Yeah,
think he's more of a clinical finisher of the ball, where we need to provide more chances for him and get more up the other side of the pitch, and he's going to learn. I definitely think, in terms of the runs that you're talking about, we need another striker in there, or maybe I don't know whether the Adlam staff, maybe as you said, telling them to stay in those positions and not make as much runs. So you're kind of,
Yeah,
I'd say just
yeah,
give them
I
more
just
time.
mean like, but even not even runs in the box. It's just runs before that. Like against Liverpool, there's times that he's just sitting there between the two center halves and not making. Not I'm not saying going all the way to a corner, but making a run to the 18-yard box where you can receive the ball and maybe on a half turn and then you can go to goal. He's not making those runs even in the going into the attacking third. I'm not saying just dropping off in link up play where we're going to link up and then we're going to go forward. It's just even the runs inside the attacking third. He's very static,
Well, I
and
mean,
I
there
don't
was
know why
one.
that is.
Sorry to still go on with it, but there was one time last week, Jack. Even he was offside. He
yeah,
realised he won the ball back, and he made this amazing bend and run, and then he was in on goal. Remember that chance he got,
yeah,
and he should have scored, And maybe
yeah.
that's just not happening enough for him, where he's in those positions to make those type of runs. I think he has got it. He just needs
He
more time.
does, and the one thing I mentioned then as well is that you also have to realise that he's a striker that is working off of scraps, and when you're working off of scraps, you're not consistently repeating the process over and over,
Yeah,
4, 5, 6, 7 times a game. You know what I mean? He's getting
yeah.
it three
That's a lot
times
of
every two
excuse there,
games.
Jack.
What?
That's a lot of excuse. We
Well, it's not.
understand that.
I know. Look, no, and I'm not trying to make excuses, but like you put a striker in 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper 6 times in a game, he's going to score 1 or 2 of them. You put him in once in 2 games, he might not score at all. You know what I mean? The law of averages works out eventually in or out of his favor.
Yeah, but I also look at it a little bit differently, and I agree with what you're saying there. But I also say he's too easy to defend with the runs that he doesn't make. Even if he makes runs and he does stuff, then people have to defend him differently. Right now, center halves just have to sit here and not have to worry about him because he's not
Yeah,
doing anything.
yeah,
So if
yeah,
he makes runs a little bit more often and gets the balls in different places, because you got to remember that frees up the offside number 10 to make the run through the middle at that point. If he's just sitting there, you're not going to make that run. The
yeah,
number 10's not going to make, like if it's on Bruno's side, on the left side, and he makes the run this way, ball comes in, Ahmad can make the offside run. If he's just sitting in the middle, there's no movement. So everybody's static at that point. And
Yeah.
that's just the things that, and I'm not killing him by all means. I think I agree with Desi. If he has the time to see somebody else come in and make those runs, someone more experienced, then he goes, oh, okay, now I see it. It's a lot easier to understand if you see it. And I can see where I can create a little bit more because I have all hopes for Hojlund. I
yeah.
love him. I think he's going to be fantastic. But again, like we say, he's 21. He's not the finished product. He wasn't when we bought him. So now we just have to find someone. And I don't know who that person is. I mean,
Well, like I said, Chris, the other day, I said it on one of the lives. I said, if you go out and get Victor Osimhen, for example, and give him a 3 or a 4-year deal, Rasmus Hojlund is still only going to be 24 by the time
Yes,
he's finished.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
No,
it's not like
absolutely.
he's not going to be playing games. You could bring in a Victor Osimhen, and Rasmus Hojlund still plays 35 games a season.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, well,
I don't
absolutely.
think it's the end of the world by any stretch.
He's 21 years old, and to be honest, that's what should have been happening with him from the get-go. Is that we should have had a striker there that should be showing him, I want to say the ropes, or showing him how it needs to be done, so that way it makes it easier for him when he comes in. Because can you imagine his intensity? If you have another guy playing 60 minutes, I mean, one game. I'm not saying this happens every game, but you have a guy that's just beating up the other team for 60 minutes, and then Hojlund's intensity comes off the bench for 30 minutes. He's going to score because you can't compete with him like that. I mean, he's high energy, and he's going to be in your face all the time.
Yeah,
so,
100%. I've got to get to this. Came in a moment ago. David with the $20 super chat. Absolute legend, David says, thanks for your commentary today, Jack. As always, I turn away from my telly for pens, but kept your commentary on in the background. So happy to get the win. Appreciate the support, man. The support has been amazing today, lads, in fairness. And Finn with the €5 super chat as well. He says, have a black one on me tonight. I hope you mean pint, because the other one would be more expensive than a fiver. But no, I appreciate the support as always, guys. D says you could have R9 in his prime in there, and with the service or lack thereof that Hojlund gets, and he wouldn't score. Yeah, that's a fair point. DJ says hello all.
I don't believe in that one. No. Because if you watch R9 in his prime, he ran off the ball.
Yeah, his movement is exceptional. Yeah, I agree.
The one thing I say about Hojlund is his movement needs to be. He needs to read the game better. Where when we're looking to release the ball, he's making the run so we can release to him.
Yeah, I think we should sign Chris.
I can't run like that.
Could you imagine that waspy? Could you imagine that waspy hair in the Manchester wind when he'd be like Bobby Charlton running around the place? So he would.
I can't play in the rain. It's too much.
Well, DJ makes a great point here. He says, just got back from watching all the Arsenal TV channels crash out all over YouTube. I can't wait to watch them clips later on. I really can't
either.
But I've got to show you a picture here. And look, we'll finish it up on this one. But where is he? Let me see. What am I doing? Let me do that. This lad. Look at that. Look at that. That's the kind of lad you want in your team, ain't it? You know what I mean? There he is. Look on the back. Ugarte, 25. Lads, I love him. So I do. Yes. I am in love with him. What an unbelievable player.
I think his passion is infectious, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
you know what, Jack?
You see Garnacho in that scuffle. He was right in there.
Yeah.
You see what happens with him, yeah? His fight and spirit on the pitch rolls off onto the next man.
It's contagious.
You can't hide from what he's doing.
I mean, everybody was on the lick about how he went sliding past Gakpo on that goal and everything like that. When all the pundits and everything like that. So I want to hear what they say about the lick now with the goal line save that he had and everything that he did today. I mean, he's fantastic. I mean, like I said, all of our Maguire, hats off to Maguire for what he did today.
He has really stepped it up a level, hasn't he, Maguire?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think it suits him though. I mean, I would, like Jack said last match reaction. I'd sign him for another year. I'd go with his option.
Oh, it's already been triggered.
Has it? All right, I missed it, but yeah. I mean,
it's already been triggered. Yeah, he's got another 18 months at United.
100%. I mean, the way he's playing now, and if everybody keeps getting better, like you can't go wrong with that at that point.
Yeah.
And I saw news that United put in a loan with an obligation to buy for Gonzalo Ignacio from Sporting.
Yeah, that would be a good signing.
Mm-hmm. I think if you go back, I said that in the summer.
You did. I remember as soon as I seen the report, I went, Chris is going to be telling me about this one.
Come here, he has inside knowledge from somewhere.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, hold on. He's overeating them prawn cocktail sandwiches.
He'll be overeating them there next week, so he will. And he's going to get it in the ear off of us.
Actually, we had to, because of what happened, we postponed it.
All right, okay.
The members, so we postponed it because the guy that was coming, I postponed everything that was going on. So
yeah, that's fair enough.
We'll revisit that maybe a little bit later on this year, if not early next year and stuff like that. But it wasn't the right time to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Lads, I have to leave it there because the doors after opening and my wife's after giving me the biggest dirty look I think I've ever got.
Well, she gave it to me. Look at
this fella coming in. Boys, I appreciate it as always. And look, I catch up with you during the week, all right?
You got it.
Absolute legends. Appreciate it, lads. Hooray! And as always, guys, everybody else, thanks for watching. The support has been fantastic. Thanks for all the super chats. Welcome to all the new members as well. United are into the next round of the Cup. Happy days. What a day. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with the Talking Points video, so make sure you're around for that. And that right, Hooray, United! That's right, exactly. Thanks for watching, guys. Chat to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Good luck.